The new Milwaukee FUEL M12 Nibbler has a lot of advantages. 5 of them, in fact, and we'll go over them in the video, but one of them is actually the speed of cut. This thing is fast. Milwaukee claims that this nibbler will cut up to 7 feet in 1 minute, and that is very fast compared to the other tools that you would use to cut this type of material. Take a listen to this guy. We're in auto mode down here. So that's going to be fairly slow, and that's how we started that cut. That's high speed. You can slow it down. I really like the auto mode that it has here because that will speed up the tool based on the tension or the amount of torque the tool feels it needs. The other thing that I really think is awesome is this little nib bag collector. So this is going to collect all the little punches that this puts out. So this nibbler actually takes out little half moons. These half moons are sharp. And if you get them in your shoes or anything like that, they can get on a vinyl floor, scratch them up pretty bad. So if you ever have the opportunity, use this bag. And it collects quite a bit of stuff because otherwise those little nibs come right out the bottom. There's 5 things I like about this tool. 1 is the speed. Number 2 is this LED light that is on the bottom. There's actually 2 of them. Check them out. That really helps you see what's going on when you're cut, and it helps you keep everything straight. The other thing I like here is the tool-free adjustment. We can take that and loosen this guy up, and that will allow us to turn this tool into different areas. So we can do forward, reversed, right, left, anything that we'd like to do as far as cutting, and then we can put this back in very nice. Just hand tighten it there, and it will stay. Auto mode, as I said, is awesome. Ergonomics is another one that this tool just feels nice to hang on to. The grip is great. M12 tool, but I still feel that this is a lot narrower than other nibblers that we've used, and it just gives you a great feel no matter how you want to hang on to it. Now, normally in this situation, I would cut from right to left, so I would be right here, and then we could turn this on and cut across, cut over things under. It just makes for a great, nice, lightweight tool. This guy runs a very long time. We've been using the 4 amp hour battery with it, and it just seems to work great. Combined with some innovative thinking like this little nib catcher here, it just keeps all the mess off the floor, and especially if you're working HVAC in a already existing house, so you're doing a little remodeling, you know how important it is not to screw up somebody's flooring. We've done a lot of talking, let's do a little bit of cutting. This little bag at the bottom is absolutely amazing how it collects everything. So if we didn't have that bag down there, we would be pushing out a lot of little nibs. Check this out. As we said before, those little guys get everywhere and they're not cool to have around. Here's a much thicker piece of aluminum, and as we stated before, this piece doesn't just cut like scissors, it takes little chunks out. Check this out. So without going in too far, you can see it takes out that little line there. So little circular patterns. That's why we get half moons everywhere. That's why it's important to have this bag. And it will actually cut this aluminum very quickly. And again, we're on auto mode, so it's going to start out slow. As I put some pressure on the tool, it's going to speed up. Very cool. Like I said, the 5 things in this tool are absolutely awesome. You have this head that rotates, you have the ergonomics, you've got the speed, you've got the auto mode, and you've got the LED lights, along with this little nib bag catcher. It's awesome. I enjoy using this tool because it doesn't make a mess, and it gives you full functionality of whatever way you'd like to cut. So we're just gonna go from right to left, make some intricate cuts here. You can see in the aluminum, we're getting a clean cut. You're getting a little bit of flaking here from the powder coat, not really actually from the aluminum. Very cool. If you were working in a body shop or if you're in HVAC, you want to cut just about anything out, you can see it's going to happen. It's just like a jigsaw and works pretty close to the same, except obviously you're taking out your nibs. But either way, you can do similar type cuts. Same thing over here. You can see on this section here where you can see the little nibs that's coming out, but it is a very clean cut. Awesome tool. As for a test of what it'll actually do, you can read right here, 16 gauge steel. We're just gonna come across the top here. You can see the cut that's on this. Not really good. And that's just how it goes when you're using different style tools. We're gonna keep this again on automatic mode and let it do what it needs to do to keep going across. Now, I can easily hear this tool picking up. Let's just drop it onto 5. This will be full speed the whole way. If we take a look at this guy, this has been cut on both sides. You should be able to see the nibs cutting out little pieces. Very cool. Very neat how this cuts. Has zero issue with 16 gauge steel. We can do just about anything we'd like to in this, albeit maybe just a little bit slower, but we can still cut all of our weird cuts if we'd like. No issue. This tool just loves to cut. You can easily cut a metal stud without issue. Pretty sweet. Here's some heavy EMT. This is 16 gauge metal EMT. Definitely not what this tool is rated for, but let's just give it a try, see if we can open this up. Again, we're on speed level 5. Not a problem going in. We're going to come right back out. It would be much easier if I didn't have the nib bag on the bottom, but it's so convenient to have, and it just makes sense. That bag gets caught up in this, you can see in the center, and it just makes it for a little bit tougher to use in tight spots. But it's so well worth it. Most people are going to try to make their cuts with it so you don't end up with these nibs that I already picked up and they're already back. And those little guys are sharp. But it did cut this, no issue. And the cut is ugly, and that's my fault because the nib bag was on there, but no issue. Now you can replace these ends, so if you have to push this a little bit further, your cutting tips or blades are replaceable, and that is awesome because it's gonna allow the tool to last a long time. So this nib catcher actually holds on to a lot. I mean, a lot. And it's pretty easy to empty out. That's it. There's always going to be a couple that are going to be left over inside there. They're sharp, and this is a bag that is a fabric. Now this fabric is pretty tough, so it's not going to get cut by them or anything, but you can see that's 2 bags worth, and by no means were we anywhere near full. So there's a lot, and if you can imagine those being left around, getting in your shoes, cutting up vinyl flooring, or even getting in wood or anything like that as you walk around, not good. So it's nice to have a bag to catch them. M12 Nibbler, very sweet tool. Does everything you can ask of it, and it is in the M12 platform, which some people are going to say, why not M18? It doesn't need to be in the M18 platform to perform as well as it is, and I think that's a great thing. So a lot of these smaller tools can get the smaller batteries, get into tighter places, and I think that makes this tool really awesome. It's not as large as many of the other nibblers that I've used, and the ergonomics of it is good. A lot of times we'll say, you know, that handle on an M12 is a little bit too big because that battery has to go up inside, but on this tool, it is absolutely perfect. If you can think of it as an angle grinder, you know, and we have the same small grip that you would find on a drill, and it gives us a lot of ergonomics to get in and out of places. Love this tool, love everything about it. There's a lot to like on this tool over top of many others. Milwaukee absolutely nailed it here. So if you're looking at this tool, it's just a hair over $200 right now. I'll leave some links in the description to a couple places that have it. As always, we look forward to some comments below. Please put anything down there. If you have this tool, what do you think of it? If you're looking at buying it, anything like that. Give us a like in this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.